Welcome to station WDWL TV, located on Grumpy Vulture Boulevard. And my studios are located on Grumpy Old Man Road. And we are a division of Grumpy Vulture Productions. Take your bow. Okay, you did your bit for today. That's enough. First of all, we're still in a process of volume adjusting. I have to adjust the computer. I have to adjust the interface, and I have to adjust everything. You know, I thought it was just basically setting the mixer. No, you gotta set the mixer, you gotta set the interface, and you gotta set the computer, and you gotta set Prism, so it's 4 adjustments I gotta keep fucking with. One day I'll get it right. Now. I don't know where to start. I guess I'll just start my commentary from the beginning. You know, back in my day, when I had to, ride a Tyrannosaurus Rex to the big, huge cave, so that we could sit around the fire and, have our lessons, We were using rocks to chisel on, stone tablets. Talk about carrying homework home for subject. Holy fuck. I'm at a loss for words. I am at a total loss for words for what went on down in Georgia today. What the hell is with these fucking kids? Back in my day, if we had a problem, we either talked it out, or if we couldn't talk it out, we went out behind the big cave, and we beat each other with clubs. And if it looked like, a certain person was going to lose, the Tyrannosaurus Rex ate him. And then you were the winner. Seriously. If we had a problem that we couldn't solve with our counselors in school, we would go up behind the school and kick the shit out of each other. And then basically, once the fight was over, 99.9% of the time, both of you shook hands and agreed, hey, whatever it wasn't that big a deal. No. These kids today, do we sit down with a counselor? No. Do we sit down maybe with 2 sets of parents? No. Do we go out, after school, out the football field to kick the shit out of each other? No. Instead of using fists, now we use projectiles. And, it's all copycat. And it goes back to that combine school. Once those idiots, then everybody has to copycat. Oh, well, they did it for combine. And, the idiot, Sandy Hook, I could name all of them off. What the fuck is in these kids' heads? Jesus Christ. I think the last count when I caught the news shortly, it was, 4 that are, not waking up. And like 8 or 9 that are injured. Jesus Christ, people. And I blame a lot of this shit on the parents, too. Don't you see this coming in your kid? No, because it's like, leave me alone, I'll do what you want. Oh, you need a new video game? Oh, here's my credit card. I would say I had the greatest pair of parents. Because, you talk about dysfunctional family. We put the D in dysfunctional. But at least, our parents showed interest. They asked, what's going on in school? I couldn't get away with too much shit because my mother was a teacher's aide. Oh, yeah. If somebody said something up on the 3rd floor, before I could get to the 1st floor, my mother was standing there with her arms crossed. Oh, we got a fucking problem with you, huh? Oh, then it was the ass kicking. But see, that's part of the big problem. Parents don't kick their kids' asses anymore. Because we let organizations get involved. When DCF, DCDF, whatever DFC, KFC, whatever. They made the big announcement, and it went nationwide. Oh, if your parents lay a hand on you, call DCS. So they made it to a point where a parent couldn't handle a kid. And I'll tell you what, I had my ass beat many times. A wooden spoon across the ass. Sure, it hurt for maybe a day or two. But it didn't turn me into some psychomaniac. No, I digress. A good, turning a kid over your knee and swatting his ass, that don't hurt nobody. The pain goes away after a little bit. Even if he's got to plant his ass in a bucket of ice. But no, parents, the system has made it to the point where the parents are afraid of their kids. The kids run rampant. Put a finger on a kid. Oh, I'm calling DCS. My parents are killing me. What did they do? Well, they put their finger on me. Oh, that's got to be a little more serious than that. So then the kids go back and irritate the shit out of parents and, get a crack across the back of the head. Then they call again. Hello, DCS. My parents are killing me. What'd they do? Well, I got hit in the head. Oh, well. I'll tell you what, we'll have a representative pick you up, take you to the hospital, make a report, get x-rays. Yeah, the goddamn system made it where the kids run rampant over their parents. And that's why we have these goddamn kids that we have today. Not to mention that bullshit, no kid left behind. So we're turning out a bunch of uneducated idiots. It's got to change, people. It's getting disgusting. And what parents are giving, kids these things that, pop these projectiles out. Now, I know in some areas, kids are allowed to hunt. Well, school isn't hunt season. Disgusting. I didn't catch the latest news. Now, I know one of the golf instructors, one of the teachers got wounded. But when I checked the news, things were still kind of a little bit tight-lipped down there as far as the injuries. But they did say, unfortunately, for taking that eternal rest. So I'm not totally up on it, but the one good thing is, the person that was popping them projectiles got a set of handcuffs. I think they should set him like a $10 million bond. Let him get a taste of what it's like before, they go to court. My heart goes out to everybody down there. Why should kids have to live? Not only kids, why should a society have to live in fear? Does this idiot realize what he's done mentally to the kids in that school and the teachers, the administration? I guarantee his parents didn't turn him over their knee and whip his ass. But it's a little too late for that now. Pardon me, dry mouth. Now, get off that subject. Get on a news story I can't believe. In Tempe, Arizona, did anybody hear about the Wells Fargo employee? The Wells Fargo employee clocks in Friday, 7:30. Never clocked out. Now, what kind of time system do they have that security isn't alerted like, hey, this person hasn't clocked out. Let's go check. No. So security dropped the ball. And the cleaning crew dropped the ball because Friday night, evidently they didn't clean the building. And I'm sure Saturday, Sunday, Monday, building was closed for the holiday. So the employees come in, Tuesday morning. They're up on the fourth floor. I'm pretty sure it was the fourth floor. And they're going, oh, man. You smell that odor? It's got to be the toilets. Call a janitor. Get the custodian up here. Well, the odor wasn't the toilets, wasn't the sinks. It was an employee that passed on that was in that building for 4 days. Nobody knew about it until yesterday morning when everybody was like, you smell something strange. How sad, first of all. Although evidently what happened to this person must have been something that came on suddenly. Because, there were no phone calls made. Like on their cell phone or security. Hey, come up. I got a problem. So it must have been something that. But how sad that this person taking that eternal rest at her desk for 4 days. They're right in the, in the beginning of the investigation. But I say two things. Security and the cleaning crew. They both dropped the ball. Because security did not do a full sweep of that building. Now there was little rumblings going on that they just walked down the hall. Well, it's obvious they didn't just walk down the hall Sunday or Monday, because had security walked down that hall Monday, they would have been like, oh, there's a strange odor. And same thing, cleaning crew. It's obvious the cleaning crew, they're a little lax in their duties because they didn't go in this poor person's office and check her wastebasket. Because had they checked her wastebasket, they'd have found her with her head down on her desk. Very sad. I hope they get to the bottom of it. Because it's disgusting. That poor lady had to lay there for 4 days. I read that story. I was like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. But see, the building is empty, and I don't know, they didn't say how many security guards they have for the building. But it's obvious, he wasn't walking and patrolling all the offices. Walking down the hall don't cure nothing. What if somebody's back in a cubicle in the corner hiding? And unfortunately, that's where this person's desk was, back in a cubicle in the corner. But I would tend to think, even if you walk down the hall on Monday, the odor was kind of a giveaway. I was like, oh my God. Nobody wants to work. I bet the security guard hit his feet up at his desk, playing Grand Theft Auto on his cell phone. Because it's obvious, he didn't do a full patrol of the building. Or they. It's yet to come out how many security guards, how many shifts, what exactly they do. But it was sad knowing that poor lady was in that building for 4 days. I'd like, ay. And the whole thing is, all the employees came in on Tuesday. Although they said, some work remotely, but the majority of the employees for that floor came in. And they're sitting at their desk and they're So they called, building maintenance. And hey, the plumbing up here has got kind of an aroma. So maintenance come up. They were like, not coming from, not coming from the restrooms. And a co-worker used his nose and tracked. They're like, it's getting stronger. I'll take a few more steps. Getting stronger. I'll take a few more steps. Getting stronger. Uh-oh. Sylvia's taking a nap over here, and she's been napping since Friday. Nobody checked on her. And that's sad, too. Now they said, this person wasn't a socializer. What? Wasn't there anybody on that floor that was concerned about her? Like, gee, I haven't seen Sylvia. Oh, she's back in her cubicle. You think somebody would go, Sylvia, are you in there? No. Of course, see, the business world is different from when I started at. I worked at the Title Bureau. We issued auto titles. Well, auto, truck, We were like a big, huge family. Of course, there weren't little cubicles. Everybody was like out in the open. It was a big floor and everything. But even, the co-workers that kind of kept to themselves, we still made sure we talked to them at least once a day. But no. Everybody just, don't look at me. I'm not going to bother nobody. Of course, I blame that on HR. The dreg of the working world. See, back in my day, it was called personnel. Then it became HR. Well, back in my day, the corporation told personnel what to do. Then it became HR, human resources. They told the company what to do. Yeah, they became the almighty gods. Don't mess with HR. It needs to go back the other way. HR's gotten too powerful. They need to stop dictating to the company. And the company needs to dictate to them. Of course, thank God I'm not in that working world anymore. I wouldn't last 5 minutes. See, back in my day, you could go up and give an employee a hug. Not now. Although, there were some of the older women in the office. It was like, oh, please, don't hug me. But you let them. But nowadays, if you, HR, he put his finger on me. Come here. You're off for 2 weeks. We have to investigate you. Yeah. Needs to go about 50-50. But it was nice. You'd come in, and everybody, how are you? How was your weekend? Give you big hugs. You could walk up, put your hand on a girl's shoulder. It wasn't like, oh, no. It was like family. It made the environment fun to work in. Like I say, I wouldn't last 5 minutes. It would be like, and yet you are not allowed to tell an employee their dress looks nice or their hair looks nice. I would be like, hey, Susie, I love that dress. HR, get your ass down here, Grumpy. You're suspended for 2 weeks because you told somebody that they looked nice. That's not allowed. So after 2 weeks, I'd come back and say, Jesus Christ, did you get that dress out of the dumpster? I know, I'm off for 2 more weeks. What a crock of crap. That's like today I had some shopping to do. Now, we have Dollar Tree and Dollar General. They're a couple of blocks from one another. So, since I was going to Dollar Tree, Dollar General was on the way. So I pull in. Now there's a big sign on the door that says, we're open 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. It was around 4 o'clock. No. It was around like 2:30. The lights were on, but nobody's home. Doors were locked. Couldn't get in the building. I'm looking at this open 7 days a week, 8 a.m., 9 p.m. Hello? Anybody there? Nothing. So I went down to Dollar Tree. But see, I usually really don't shop with the Dollar General, but they had something I needed that Dollar Tree didn't. So on the way back, there were cars in the parking lot. I was like, I'll pull in and see what's going on. Well, I see somebody exit the building. I was like, all of a sudden, now they're open. So, you know me. I can't keep my mouth shut. So as I walked in, there was a guy at the cash register. And I said, I was looking at the sign when I was here about an hour ago, and it said open 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., 7 days a week. But I couldn't get in. And he just said, yeah, well, you're in now. Okay. I don't want to piss him off. He's liable to double ring me on stuff. You'd think he would have said, we had some sort of technicality here. No, you're in now. Yeah, I am. I'll get my item real quick and leave. Sorry. Now, while I was shopping in the store, there were 4 employees. Where were all 4 of them when I was, an hour ago? Taking a break? They closed the store to take a break? See, that's the way businesses are today. Go with the customer. Back when I was working retail, it was the slogan, the customer is always right. Today, in 2024, it's, fuck you, customer. Okay. Yeah, that's the way it is. I actually had a cashier tell me that once. And I reported her to the manager. And the manager went, "Oh, Mr. Grumpy, I find it hard to believe. She's my best employee." I was like, holy fuck. If that's your best employee, thank God I wasn't dealing with the worst one. Oi, hey. Yeah. I made a comment because she was on her cell phone, ignoring customers. She's supposed to be ringing them up. I just said, I wasn't nasty. I said, maybe you can, put that call on hold for a few minutes. You got, 8 customers waiting to check out. Yeah, she told me, she said, if you don't fucking like it, go fucking shop somewhere else. I was like, holy shit, did I hear that? And then the manager tells me that was his best employee. Oh, Jesus. Talk about times changing. Yay. Between the way employees treat customers and inflation, you don't even want to go near a store. But unfortunately, you have to do things like eat. Just saying. Don't everybody, I don't want nobody standing at midnight, out my front yard with pitchforks and torches. My opinion, one person. I'm allowed to express my opinion. But the difference between the way it was in 1970, when 71, when I had my first full-time job, to now, oh my God. I hate to think what it's going to be like in 30 years. Oh, Jesus. Scary thought. And then, I'm not going to get into that. That'll be a show for another day. That poor deputy that was sitting in his cruiser, minding his own business, filling out reports, and this idiot, psycho, who had no respect for law enforcement, gave him the eternal nap. We're going to talk about that on another day. I'm not going to go into it because I don't have all the facts. But mark your calendar. It's a subject for another day. Talk about crazy world. Oh my God. People, we need to go back and study the way things were handled by our forefathers. They sat down. They talked things out. There were discussions. We don't handle it with, projectile. And this lunatic, no, I'm not. Hush, Grumpy. Put the zip tie in your own mouth. Okay. I got the zip tie. Sorry, just kidding. Society is wacky today. Jeez. I totally understand why the online, shopping has increased so much. Well, when that virus hit, that really increased it. But it's to the point where people are afraid to leave their house. This is America, people. We shouldn't be afraid to step out the door or voice your opinion. Oh, God forbid. I was watching a couple of videos on road rage. Oh, some of these idiots. Like I said, I was talking about it yesterday, These idiots, they're in their 5,000-pound vehicle, and they're going to brake check a semi that's rolling at them at, 70 miles an hour, weighing 80,000 pounds. Where did that idea come into your head that checked the good box? Oh, I didn't like what that semi driver was doing. We were going up a hill, and he was going too slow. So, you crest the top of the hill, and you look in your mirror. Oh, here comes the semi. He's cresting the top of the hill. He's gaining momentum. I'm going to brake check him. Oh, Jesus. Like I say, that's like brake checking a train. But some of these videos today, the people that were doing the brake checking, they didn't win. Because when you're on the freeway and you're doing 75, 80 miles an hour, and you decide to brake check the person behind you, it's not going to turn out well. Especially if, you almost come to a stop. Talk about lack of intelligence. Jesus. Enough to drive you insane. We'll have some interesting chats later on. But tomorrow I think I'm going to keep it light and airy. Don't give me that look. I can do things light and airy. I can see the stink eye here. He's like, Grumpy, you don't do anything light and airy. I can, and I will. I'll show you. And if you don't like it, you'll get the green zip tie. Yeah. Like this. Oh, just kidding. Sorry. Tomorrow, I'm just gonna walk in and stand right here with my hand on the phone, because I know as soon as the CEO looks in the parking lot and goes, oh, the grumpy old man's shitbox is out there, I'm gonna call him. Come to my office, I know. Never a dull moment. But so far, the new computer, two thumbs up. I'm loving it. And man, does it boot up fast. I hit a button, and I was like, wow, already? That just goes to show me how shitty the other computer was. I'd hit the button to boot it up. I'd be like, oh, I'd be falling asleep going, oh, it finally booted up. And then I'd get that red warning box. Your graphics card does not meet our specs. Haven't seen one of them. Although I jinx myself now. When I boot up tomorrow, it'll be like red boxes all over the screen. And tomorrow I have to download Prism Lens. That's the one that's got all the neat green screen background. I know I don't have a green screen, but I can try it. But with that, I think it's time to figure out dinner. So, where's my clicker? Friends, the grumpy old man will chat with you tomorrow from Studio A on